Anyway, and
So,
then watch everything you do, you know, in case you're putting stuff in your phone or something.
So I guess the Canada Car looked
better, yeah,
a lot
it
better.
looked-
Do you
yeah.
recall your first type of wages when you?
Oh gosh, I'm not too sure. I wouldn't be able
But it was
to-
better than Kresge's.
Yes.
And the bank.
We didn't make money because we worked days, you know, so
Right.
there was no difference in wages.
There was like a
in the
salary.
in the plant, it differed if you were on a night shift or whatever.
Oh, I
There was
see.
a difference, yeah,
So-
but not for us.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I'd say maybe $25 a week. Oh, it might have been, I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Can't remember that far back.
Now, I'm sure when you stepped upstairs into the offices, can you sort of tell us what it was like? Were there a lot of desks? Were there a lot of people? What was it like up there?
Well, there were a few desks where we worked, like we actually worked for Elsie McGill.
Well, I was going to ask you about
Yes.
her as well. But first I'll ask you, when you specifically went up there, what were you hired to do? What was your job?
I was a stenographer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
steno.
And so you worked for the engineers that were up
Yes,
there as
yeah.
well?
Well, it would be just Elsie McGill at the time,
Okay.
and whatever was given to us, we would have to type out if there was some changes in the aircraft. Like if there was a change, it would be typed up. They would tell us what to do, how the change was made, and there were a lot of desks, you know, with men with drawings, you know.
Right.
Yeah, they were
Right,
doing all the
engineers.
engineers,
Mhm.
and I wasn't there. Maybe I don't even remember if I was there more than 2 months. I don't ever. I may have seen her once. I was
This
in
is
the
Elsie
office.
McGill.
Yes,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden, I'm hearing that she's walking out of the plant with Soulsby, and he was the plant manager at the time. And they were both walked out of the plant. They didn't say they were fired. They just said they were walked out, whatever that meant. So now we have a new engineer, and his name was Jim Carmichael.
Okay.
And we were right close to him too. Like her office was in another area,
Oh.
not close to us, but his office was close to us. And Mildred Wahlberg was the head steno, or the head girl, and you know, and she gave us all what we had to do. If the other assistant engineer, his name was Walker, and I can't think of his first name, and the two of them, they did all the engineering, you know, the final pieces or whatever had to be done, and we did either the typing or whatever that she asked us. If it was a letter to type, well, we'd do that too if there was something. Then there was a print department in that area, and if we needed to use their facility, you know, like if we had to have something printed, it would go there. And that's about it. I mean,
But it was very important. I mean, and I am sure that, you know, as the aircraft was designed, there'd be modifications, there'd be changes.
that
It would be a
was.
really
Yeah.
constant change,
Yeah.
constant new
and
material coming up.
subcontracting was in our area too,
Okay.
in our building.
Oh.
And we were really we were the last building
Last
on.
minute.
Yeah, it was a gray building, and I actually worked there after.
Oh.
A gray building way down past where all the,
Cafeteria.
Yeah.
You were in that area.
yeah,
Where the
great,
food
yeah,
was.
yes. We had a half an hour for lunch. And I
Okay.
think we started at 9, and I'm sure I worked till 5.
Was it a good feeling working in that
Oh,
office?
it was nice,
It
yeah, because
was.
it worked with, Mildred was wonderful, and she'd start in the morning by blessing herself and praying.
Wow.
And she wasn't a Catholic, but you know, we started out quite well in the morning, and we worked well. None of us had any, you know, hard feelings toward,
Right.
you know, if you had a job to do, if you weren't able to do it, you'd ask, you know, what should I do, or
Exactly.
how can I do it, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, it sounds like it was a
good.
pretty good
Yeah,
place to
very
work as a
good place.
22 or 23.
And I have to tell you this, that when the war ended in 1945, I got married in June of that year
Okay.
and took off for my wedding and went to Sydney, Nova Scotia, because my husband was in the Navy.
Oh.
So when I came back, they told me, you're a married woman, you are no longer employed here. Now, talk about discrimination at its finest.
Absolutely.
So I was let go.